Nova Drift is in early access, but you wouldn't be able to tell from playing it. I constantly forget it was in early access, only to remember after checking the store page. You know, an early access game is good when you can't remember it's in early access. It looks like they plan to work on balance, but also add more upgrades, music, and a campaign, including a final boss fight. What you get right now is an endless mode that is a freaking blast to play, which means they nailed the base mechanics of the game, and that's something I'm so happy to be saying right now. Finally, an early access game I played that has something awesome right now, and they're going to add to that. Anyway, as you can see from the video, Nova Drift is a simple twin-stick shooter on the surface with a crap ton of upgrades. These upgrades allow you to customize your ship every run differently. There's so many combinations. What happens is each defeated enemy drops experience, and for each level, you can select an upgrade. However, the first 3 levels are always the same. For your first level, you select a new weapon from 3 different ones. Your second level, you select a hull, and for your third level, you pick a shield. Any levels after that are upgrades to what you have. While you can switch your gun after the initial selection, I don't know why you would want to. Waste of a level if you ask me, and the game definitely needs a quick restart if you don't get the weapon you want. But those later upgrades are the coolest part of the game. There are 3 different kinds of drones or helpers you can spawn. You can also select from upgrades for your weapons or shield. There is often a disadvantage from taking some of them too. If I were going to complain, I would say that it can get a little confusing when you select one upgrade that gives you plus 15% fire rate, only to select another upgrade after that that gives plus 20% shot velocity but minus 5% fire rate. Does that mean it cancels out 5% of the last upgrade or the total fire rate? Now, this information can be viewed on the pause screen, but that's a little too far away from the upgrade screen. I really appreciate how open the game is, though, with precise numbers, but maybe the relevant stats could be pulled into the upgrade screen, you know? Okay, here's the first screen where you get to pick which weapon you want to have from 3. Then on this next screen, you get to pick the body of your ship you want to have from 3. And as you might assume, on the next screen, you get to pick the shield you want to be out of 3. It's pretty cool you can customize your ship like this every time, but then these last screens, you get to pick an upgrade that really affects you. What's really cool is that on the right, you can see that there is a certain amount of progression to it, and you need to pick the ones on the top to get to the lower ones. Very cool. I'm also a big fan of the way you can alter your run. At the start, there's a screen you can select either to turn on easy mode, which is a great way to get into the game, or you can make the game more difficult. They even let you start on wave 12. You do get a score bonus for making it more difficult, and I find myself keeping those options enabled on every run. Letting me bypass all the easy stuff is really nice and respects my time. I'm amazed how drawn in I am on each run. They each play different because sometimes I'll focus on getting all the drones out and I roll with a squad. Other times I focus on buffing my guns. I keep getting further in each run, and the progression of unlocking new upgrades is pretty cool. Finding new upgrades on a run is kind of nice and makes me wonder if they're right for the build. I really feel in control how powerful I am. There are some tough decisions to make, and they're quite generous with rerolls, where you can change all the upgrades you're shown on the upgrade screen. Pause here real quick just to look at this high score screen. Really cool idea to put the complete upgrades of the ship on the left to see what weapons and upgrades you had. That's really nice to have. There are 2 things I do worry about. In the later levels, the screen fills up with so many bullets, it's impossible to go anywhere. It's also really bright and distracting, and I lose sight of my own ship. Now, this might be somewhat related to endless mode, where the point is to make it impossible eventually, and it feels like I'm hitting that wall. Also, I'm on the fence about random events. A black hole or shooting stars will sometimes come onto the screen. They are definitely meant to be avoided, and there's enough warning so that they can be, but I worry they can influence a run too much. overall, Nova Drift is fun. One of the most fun early access games I've played recently. But there's always a risk involved. So if you're not ready to go in yet, subscribe and I'll be releasing a full review when the game is launched, which they plan for in 6 months or less. Sounds good to me. I'm excited to see where this game goes. A lot more to talk about in this Nova video, so I did more of a review instead of an early access kind of video, quick video. Let me know what you think. I am excited about this game, so thanks for watching.